You feel like you're in the prime of your career, but you rarely play, even though you broke a nearly 30-year-old franchise record the season before. The coach kicks you out of the rotation and you stay on the sidelines without any hope of coming back. Your name is Evan Fournier, and you bench warm for the New York Knicks. 2 years ago, Evan Fournier averaged career-high 19.7 points in the NBA for the Orlando Magic. Last season, the Frenchman played just 27 games and scored 6.1 points per game with bad shooting percentages for the New York Knicks. Statistically speaking, the 22-23 season was Fournier's worst since his rookie campaign with the Denver Nuggets. Now, let's delve into what went wrong for the scorer from Saint-Maurice and find out whether he has an NBA future. The 30-year-old Fournier came into the season on a high. His first campaign with the Knicks was a successful one as he broke the Knicks' record for most three-pointers made in a season, surpassing John Stark's record set in 1995. In the summer, Fournier was once again available for France as they made a push to become the European champions. They lost to Spain in the final, and individually, Fournier's tournament was a moderate success because with 15.3 points per game, he was France's best scorer, although he wasn't the most efficient version of himself at Eurobasket 2022. While Fournier was a mainstay for the Knicks in the 21-22 season, starting 80 games and averaging 14.1 points, he started only 7 games this past season. His role was a huge surprise because Fournier had a bunch of different choices in the free agency, but he wanted to be a Knick and team up with the legendary head coach Tom Thibodeau. The French sharpshooter pretty much played only when regulars had injury problems. Shooting is Fournier's biggest strength, but last season he was very inconsistent behind the arc, only connected on 30.7% of his three-pointers. That was a huge drop compared to the season before, when he converted 38.9% of his attempts. Fournier's difficulties from downtown weren't surprising, given his place in rotation, which made it far more difficult to knock shots down consistently as he lacked confidence. As many noted, Fournier struggled heavily on defense. While there are many metrics that show he was better than Jalen Brunson and R.J. Barrett, for example, the European failed on the eye test. His defensive rating of 113.8 ranked 360th in the NBA. With Fournier having one of his worst seasons in the NBA offensively and continuing to struggle defensively, it was painfully obvious for Thibodeau to focus on younger talents. Some who got the chance over the Frenchman have left the Knicks, but 23-year-old Quentin Grimes and 24-year-old Immanuel Quickley are with the team and had the best seasons of their careers last season. Even though everything looked horrific, Fournier deserves praise for how he handled the situation. He wasn't a diva and didn't complain or badmouth the Knicks. Yet, as he said it himself, there's no way the Knicks want him back for the 23-24 season. Hence, it's no surprise that Fournier is on the trading block. According to reports, the Knicks have exploited a 3-team trade between the Knicks, Phoenix Suns and Indiana Pacers, where Fournier would have ended up with the Pacers. Yet, Fournier can be a very useful piece also for a playoff-level team. When he played 16 games for the Boston Celtics in the 2021 season, Fournier averaged 13 points and shot 46.3% from deep. And his good scoring run continued in the playoffs, although the Celtics fell at the first hurdle against Brooklyn Nets. So obviously Fournier has a future in the NBA. He himself feels he's in the prime of his career, but it remains to be seen whether he can actually redeem his confidence and shooting touch wherever he ends up in. If not, then it's very hard to see him in the NBA as he doesn't offer anything good defensively.